Hey guys, we're back with Everlasting Summer. Last episode was a bit short, sorry about that. I thought I was going for longer, but yeah, let's get started. Yeah, you know, Oyana was just telling a scary story. Ooh. I wonder if that will actually be relevant to something. Wonderful. Clap, 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 I applauded. Good job everybody, round of applause! Not the Pulitzer Prize? Is that like, you know, like a story prize? Like, kind of like the Nobel Prize? Are you scared? Frightened? Oh, I'm just shivering all over. Yep, I'm scared right now. Oh, whatever. Tell your story then. I'm sure I won't even flinch. I collected my thoughts and decided to tell a story I read in a blog of acquaintance of mine a few months back. He was quite a good teller. At least I liked his style, so the success was guaranteed. Oh, by the way, I'm outside. The neighbor is mowing his lawn, so if you can hear that, sorry. Can't really help that. I certainly didn't remember the story by a word, so I told it with my own words. There's a faraway space station, the last boundary of humanity, located on the border with a hostile civilization, the third month of a ceasefire. Can't really be called a ceasefire, more like not a war. A small group of survivors is exhausted by a long siege. On one hand, they can't retreat leaving the outpost. On the other hand, they understand that they won't stand even a minute if the enemy attacks. Despair is the best word to describe their situations. The food is running out. There's ammo only for a few shots, which will only seem like a welcoming fireworks. There's only plenty of air and water, owing to the regeneration systems. People didn't like to talk to each other for several weeks. They may just not see the point of wasting their time on communication while the death is at the door. Or behind meters thick station armor, to be precise. It is really better just to wait for rescue or enemies attack. Both outcomes will lead to the end of this torture. The situation looks like a chess game with an invisible opponent. Its hardest part, endgame. Any wrong move will lead to defeat, yours or the enemy. But does the enemy know about it? They may be afraid of making a wrong move too. Meanwhile, humans may move their king, but only the square forward and the square back again. I do that. Any other move will automatically lead to defeat. A step forward is an imaginary threat of attack, and a step backward is the deliberate necessity of defense. The game would be much easier if the opponent was sitting in front of you. Even the experienced chess players can't hide nervous eye movements, occasionally drops of sweat or shaky hands. On the one hand, everything is futile. Everything realizes that the situation is hopeless because no one would decide to make a move to the imminent defeat. On the other hand, when seeing the opponent in front of you, understanding that he is totally like you and can make a mistake, you can more easily stake everything. The opponent may feel the same difficulties. These are the circumstances of a few men and women on the edge of the universe. There are no orders from the headquarters for several days. Though the last orders had nothing useful, only the usual demand to keep on defending. One square forward, one square backwards, the swinging of an ideal pendulum. In the beginning of the 4th month, the commander decides to retreat. He decides that the lives of his soldiers are more important than the mystical ideals of humanity. No one will judge him for this. Moreover, they can't change anything. Their preparations don't take much time. The greatest asset you can save from a sinking ship is your own life. The whole station crew get into the rescue vehicle. Vessel, not vehicle. Well, I mean, I guess it could be called a vehicle, right? But launching sequence starts. 3, 2, 1, and nothing. Bay doors don't open. The set mechanics check for malfunctions, but they haven't found anything. The doors must open, but they don't open at second time and third too. The commander orders to leave the station rescue pods, but they can't launch. They explain it by technical malfunctions. The crew tries to communicate with the headquarters in vain. Just after a few days, executive officer notices that there's nothing on the radars, nothing at all. No planets, no asteroids, no enemy ships. Just a continuous darkness. They ran out of food in a month. Everybody thinks that this is the end, but no one dies. Not after a day, not after a week, not even after a month. As if there's no need for food to sustain a human life. At this moment, the majority of the crew goes insane. Some of them just stay in their rooms and pray. Some are under the station. Some try to commit suicide. But neither point-blank shots of a plasma gun nor hydro tank diving. Not even a single vein cutting brings any results. Days pass by, months, or maybe even years. Nobody keeps track of time. Insane people get their mind clear again, and normal people go insane. It repeats many times. In the end, the crew accepts its condition. They start to make occupations, theatrical singing, sport tournaments, reading of self-written books. All the family couples appear and much more break up. There's an infinite flow of time, an enclosed loop of a human life. And only the darkness on the radar reminds of the emptiness outside. But there's an emptiness inside the station too. In the end, people stop living. They just lie in their room and sleep. Not 24/7 at first, but as time goes by, they learn to fall into a trance. Every person has his own dreams. One returns to childhood, one gets his lost love back, one depicts the ideals of humanity with a blaster in his hand. Some others just wander into space. Shabby and some skirmishes with the enemy, rescue vessel docks with the station. The boarding guard gets inside. The whole station looks like a piece of scrap metal, which has floated in space for thousands of years. The reactor has shut down a long time ago. There are marks of laser shots in the walls. The equipment was all smashed. We found decayed skeletons of people who horribly died defending the frontier of humanity almost in every room. And only one encrypted message sent to the headquarters implied that something was wrong. Save us! We just want to die. Finished the story and looked up at Oleana. Her face was concealed by the darkness, so that's the story. I blew out the light. Oleana shrieked, rose, and threw herself towards me. I don't know if it's just me, but that wasn't very spooky. I mean, what happened? Did they just... but what did happen there? Did they just imagine the time loop? Were they insane the whole time, or... Well, it's not really a time loop, but... You know, them just being immortal, I guess? Did they just imagine that? We fell on the floor. 3 CGs at once? Whoa! What's up with you? Nothing. Her voice sounded very scared. That was 3, right? Oh no, that's just 2. Looks like my story hit the spot. I mentally congratulated myself. Oleana wasn't having fun though. She embraced me, shivered, and sobbed. What's wrong with you, silly thing? I patted her head. Just a story. It's not real. You only care to tell silly stories. Oh, Oleana cuddled up with me more. Oh, this is illegal? What are you scared? What? Wait, what? Were you that scared? Yeah. Frankly, I didn't expect such an honest answer from her. Everything's alright. Time heals. She'll calm down. Listen, Semyon? What? Never mind, it's nothing. She buried her face in my chest. What? Skype? Oh, minutes passed. Okay, I understand. Maybe we should go? Oh, I listen. What? Oh, hey everybody, the meme scheduler! You're on camera, bud. Say hello to the live audience of 200 million people. Oh, he's hello 3 Russian people. He's asking if she should get a swagged 3DS or a new GPU. Ooh, new GPU so we can play Final Fantasy 14 again. I don't like playing MMOs alone. But I mean, you know, the 3DS does have its merits. Like, you know, Bravely Default and Phoenix Wright. But, you know, Oleana snored quietly. Hey, wake up. Can you even fall asleep from here? Wake up, I said. No reaction. I tried to stand up. Oleana certainly didn't weigh more than 40 kilograms. But imagine yourself lying under such a weight. It's not really easy to stand up. You can think Oleana's dead if not breathing. I've been wanting to play a lot of Smash 4 and Bravely Default. Oh yeah, Smash 4 is on the 3DS. Get Smash 4 for your Wii U. And Bravely Default. Okay, I can't. Alright. I don't own one. Oh, I thought he did. Oh, I thought you did. Oh. Then I'll wake her up and I'll all start again. Such an inevitable situation. You know, the multi. Oh, there's an option to win for when she wakes up herself, though. She certainly won't sleep till the very morning after such a story. I looked through the window at the starry sky. I wonder if there really is a far way out most of the ghost drew. My eyes closed slowly, and in a moment I fell asleep. Day 4. Felt warmth in my dream. It happens sometimes. Your brain is not completely awake yet, but you still feel the sun shining in your eyes. And when you wake up, you blink for some time to get used to the light. It was a wonderful morning. Birds were singing, the air was fresh and fragrant, and the world was bathing in daylight. I'd stay in bed for some time longer, but something was not quite right. All the evening events from yesterday flashed in my mind. Scary and not so scary stories. Oleana, who was cuddling around me tightly and snoring, not quite like a little girl would. Hold on a second. It looked strange at first, but look at the floor. Look at that. This is not acceptable, Gabe. The floor is different. Was cuddling around me and tightly and snoring, not quite like a little girl would. But I didn't worry at all. After all, it's still early. Surely not later than 7 or 8. Who would go to the library that early? I sat back and looked out the window. In a couple of minutes, the sun will hit right in Oleana's eyes. That's when you gotta wake up. It's interesting, but how did she manage to hug me so tightly? No, this is a trap. Sandy's gonna walk in and she's gonna be like, "Ooh, you lollygod desu." You know, it happens in every anime. You know, every harem. Indeed, I couldn't free myself at all. Theoretically, I was ready to spend 1 or 2 more hours laying this way, but suddenly heard footsteps. Smells like trouble. Wake up, do you hear me? Wake up. I stood carefully, but insistently shaking Oleana by her shoulders, tried to loosen her grip, but all in vain. Meanwhile, the footsteps were getting closer. I have to save ourselves at any cost. Standing up seems unworkable. That's why I leaned already and decided to crawl. Is that how you spell crawl? Hold on. Because I think it's spelled with an A. Yeah. It's spelled with an A. Wait. Hold on. Yes, it's spelled with an A. 100%. My moves incredibly resembled her reservist training, which I never attended. A soldier drags his injured officer under an artillery attack. The officer is unconscious, the soldier is exhausted, and there is a barbed wire surrounding them. It's a reused... I barely managed to crouch behind a bookstand and hide Oleana when the library door opened. Then he was standing on the doorstep. She seemed a bit overcommitted to her work, since she's coming to work at the crack of dawn. Wait! Heard a familiar voice! Ah, mister? So she indeed has a reason to come here. It's electronic. Why couldn't she come yesterday, or today, but later? Science admits of no delay! Science. It was electronic. Hold on for a second, I'll find. She added to us. I barely managed to turn Oleana around, so that she was on my back and crawled on all fours to a nearby bookstand, where it fell and tried to regain breathing. What was that? Cybernetical mathematics or mathematical cybernetics? Seems she didn't notice us. I like something about the electronic bombardment of science. Are you crazy? Why would he have something military? That's not military at all. For some time they both were silent. Xenia, what? Let's go down to the river tonight. What for? Well, just have a lot of things to do. Come on, go ahead. Your robot is waiting for you. Okay. Doris Slam. Well, I felt bad for electronic. Doris Slamming was an epitaph of electronics love struggles. Seems like he's not a cold-blooded robot after all. I chuckled quietly. Oh, by the way, I just thought of something. What happened to Xenia, Olga, and the others? I can't really think of many. Shurik, you know, in the Miku route. It just kind of forgot about them, you know? We're gonna get answers for that, right? Like, this isn't just gonna be an open mystery, right? Right? We have to escape the library somehow. Waiting until Xenia goes to breakfast seems like the easiest solution at the moment. She's a communist labor strike worker after all. No, not one of electronics mythological robots. Just eat at least sometimes. Meanwhile, Oleana wasn't gonna wake up. At least she's not storing anymore. The library was silent. I didn't see Xenia. Was more or less satisfied with the situation. All of a sudden, noises came from the desk. Clicks, cracks, and music started. The Soviet anthem? Just great. Would have been alright if not Xenia who started to sing along. United forever in friendship and labor! I don't know how the anthem goes, you know, I just gotta sing it. I can only envy her patriotic feelings. Unfortunately, she had some voice issues. Soviet pop scene definitely didn't lose a star called Xenia. The anthem ended and an unfamiliar voice started to tell about an overachievement of a 5-year-old plan of crops harvesting. It was a radio, obviously. I started listening attentively. Maybe they would say something interesting. But after the list of agricultural achievements, the voice started to disappear. It was gone after a few minutes. Come on! Disturbance, probably. Xenia stood up and headed to us. Situation sitting rock bottom. I managed to unclench Oleana's grip with a titanic stroke. I was free to go, but was so shattered out with these crouchings, they didn't have time to get up. It was time to prepare for the worst and think of excuses in advance. Suddenly the step stopped. Abated, actually, but, stopped, Seems like Semyon was standing on the other side of a book stand. I heard the sound of the books whistle. Probably she's looking for something. She took a book and returned to her desk. The door got slammed open. Semyon? Did you see him? Olga was definitely out of breath. Oliana? No. I'm not here! I just shout that. Semyon answered with surprise. The door slammed as loudly as the previous time. Seems like everyone's looking for us, and then we'll start to look around the library. The bell came calling by names for breakfast. Sunny, as a punctual person, decided not to linger, left the library in a few minutes. It was only me and Oyana in the library. There's time to decide what to do with her. Not being afraid to get caught, I bent down and shouted to her, "Hey, wakey wakey, eggs and bacon!" Who says that? Oh, is she Lana? Hey, Lana! That's the same face, like, her eyes are the same that Lana makes. What? But, like, I don't know if I want 4 gigs of power. Get 10 gigs. 10 million gigs of power. She hastily jumped and started to look around. Noticing me, Oyana got wide-eyed. What are you doing here? Playing spies, huh? Never mind, did you sleep well? Yes. She seemed not completely conscious. Breakfast? Yes. We left the library. At last! I was certain that I wouldn't have to explain to anyone as to what, how, or why I did with Liliana there all night long. Except, I disappeared with her. People will think I did illegal activities. I didn't. Sorry for falling asleep like that. It's alright. It's my word sounded too skeptical. She looked at me with disbelief. Wait a minute. What have you been doing there all this time? You won't believe me. Wait a moment. That means... Oyana giggled, stepped away, and shouted loudly. I'm the first at breakfast, huh? Not a big surprise after such a dead sleep. I said, but Oyana just couldn't hear me, being far ahead. It was unusually crowded in the canteen. Of course, there's no place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why crowding at the porch? Came closer and tried to find out what's happening. Oh man, it's almost like someone... Where have you been? I've waited for you all night long, and have been searching since the early morning. Oyana informed me that you left the library together yesterday. I'll control Oyana. Why would anyone need 64 gigs of RAM? To play the Nintendo 64. Of course, because that's how much RAM the Nintendo 64 had. That's why they named it that. Next to Oyana, she's getting tremendously. We'll deal with this later. Have you seen Shark today? Nope. But I was stopped by Olga. And you, Semyon, please stay here. Yeah? Would you care to explain where you spent all night? Well, it's the last thing I thought about. Sure, this couldn't have gone unnoticed. I could have thought of some clear explanation at least, but I haven't. And me and Oliana were placing books on the shelf, but then she locked me there and ran away after sitting there until morning. I was at the library today, and I haven't seen you sit there. Kind of away. Well, I left quietly. And why is Oliana telling me a completely different thing? What might that be? You know her storytelling. Yes, you might be right. I can't believe her pause for a moment. Just don't think I'm believing you. Oh, 64 gigs of RAM is the highest you can have? Oh. Well, I can play the Nintendo 64 with that much RAM. We'll deal with this later. I won't forget. It's more important to find Shark right now. Dismissed. And again. Okay. Hey guys. Is this the beach scene? Yes. Hey. Okay. Oh, my Fraps is lagging again. Well, it actually might be because one of my videos is just finishing rendering. It usually, my computer always dies a bit whenever I render videos, and at the very end, it goes up, but it's not usually this bad. I think the problem is I might be running out of hard drive space. Over 200 free gigs, but hold on guys, it's perhaps is the issue here. I want to call it here, guys. If you can still hear me, I hope you can. Yeah, perhaps is having issues for some reason. Then see you guys later. Bye.